I wanted to surprise you with a little of, because again, this is side stories. Last podcast on the left.
I've only done it one other time.
We've done one other time, and we've never really done, like, we covered Christmas true crime stories.
Yeah.
And there has been a lot of Christmas-based true crime, but mainly just because it's a sad time of year. It's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
You know, because financially, a lot of times you see that the father is driven to do some crime against a family because he believes he's in some form of financial duress, and there's no way that the family itself could ever handle the embarrassment.
Yeah. Or they just put the Christmas tree too close to the fireplace.
And everybody's dead.
Everyone's dead.
Yeah. And again, I don't mind it. It's Christmas.
Someone's got to go.
Someone's got to go. We're full. Right? But I don't see a lot on Thanksgiving. Not normally.
I mean, people kill each other, but it's mostly like families fighting and like one has a gun.
Yes, but I got a good one that I forgot that was from. So I'll give a shout out to one of my favorite YouTube true crime like things that I watch called Dreading.
This. Okay.
Yeah, they're awesome. And one of the things that they cover,
Dreading?
It's called Dreading.
Okay.
They do like, I saw this case a long time ago, but I completely forgot that it was Thanksgiving. And I just want to say, because they did a great little wrap up of this on their YouTube channel. And it's about Joel Guy Jr. Now, if you look at this guy, there's very little true crime content for Thanksgiving, but if you could see what this guy looks like with this COVID safety mask on.
Yeah.
You could say that this guy is, the word for him is clinical twerp.
Yes.
He is
absolutely
an absolute utter fucking nerd bitch.
You still want to punch him even though he has a shield in front of his face.
I want to punch him through the shield.
Yeah.
Like, you know when you see somebody, because he's got a COVID shield on, you know that type of thing where you want it to smash all over your hands as you're passing through his head, because you want him to know how much you want to
suck on your blood.
I want him to know how much I want to punch him in the face.
Yeah.
Also,
the shields do nothing.
No. I will
the whole
say,
bottom is underneath it.
I did a movie where it turned out, this was back in the day when I first time ever got COVID, where I had the dog thing on, the dog cone.
Oh, okay.
And that kept everybody else from getting COVID. That worked.
Yeah.
It was miserable to be inside of.
Were you scratching too much?
Well, it's... Yeah. But it was this big dog cone, like ice cream cone thing on my head, and that actually worked. Because then you're just covered in your own spittle. He also sort of looks like the fan art of Penguin.
Yeah.
He is a piece of shit. So Joel Guy Jr., he was a forever child. He was with his parents that had rediscovered love, right, later on in life. So his parents, like it was sweet. He was the product of a first marriage, and his parents, or now his father and his adoptive mother, there was Joel Guy Sr. and Lisa Guy. They were a lovely couple. Always. Again, I've said this time and time again. Always nice people. But I always say this on the show. One time I do want to see a victim readout that was like, Lauren Brenencio, what a bitch. Hated to laugh, hated joy. Darkened the room each time she entered it. You know,
some of these people, they got to be awful.
I feel that there's a lot of whitewashing at the end, but of course, because now they're dead.
Yeah.
Right. And we got, I pray you write a fantastic obituary for me.
Oh, I'll do my best.
It's got to be funny.
Yeah.
It's got to be fake.
Yeah.
Trumped up.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll just roast your ass.
Yes, but then a series of accolades. So close to maybe having an Emmy once.
Yeah. He was on the great series A to M.
Unbelievable. I'm still mad. I'll always remember when the head of NBC came in that room in the final for episode M, and he was just like, I'm fighting for A to Z. We're gonna stay on the air. This is gonna be the best year of our lives. And everyone should have went, yes. I found it was canceled on Twitter the next day. But I didn't kill him. And I want to say that should say, but I didn't kill him once.
Yeah, but you put a hit out on him.
Well, it's because it was theoretical. It was more of an idea. It was what P. Diddy did, where he's like, I'll give $1 million. Like, I just said it to a room of people, but he just do a room of Crips, which is kind of got it. Was kind of everybody's. You might get in trouble. Who knows? So Joel Guy Jr. was a forever student. So he gained and he did this thing where he, again, you could see because his face looks like a parallelogram, he was really good in school in high school. School came to him really easily. And he was put into this magnet school where he was, for high IQ students. And I've seen this, it's kind of a recent phenomenon where people talk about like the expectation put upon quote unquote gifted kids and how it makes a lot of them burn out.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, suck it up.
Yeah.
I mean, get out there.
You're lucky.
You're lucky.
Your brain works good.
But I also understand it's hard out there for these children. They don't know what's going on. All right. So Joel Guy Jr., he went out there. He was told forever he was the best. He did well in school. And then as what seems to happen, the second that he hit a form of fucking conflict or how hard life is, he hit a wall and kind of just gave up. He started living in his parents' house, which again, normal. Extended adolescence is normal. Yeah. We're here now. So he's out there. He kind of became a forever student. So they kept paying for his classes. He started doing all these different degrees, but eventually his parents were like, so Joel, when will one of these become a job? And he's like, mother, it is important for the student to be learning as it is for the worker to be working. You know that style?
Yeah. Why not become a teacher?
That's a job.
Yeah.
I think that's completely legit. I think it seemed like he was one of those guys that felt he didn't want that. He didn't want that. He wasn't ready for it. Because I do believe
he's holding out for management.
Yes. Yes. And I do think that which I believe that teaching is a calling. Because it's a hard job. It's a thankless job.
Absolutely.
A lot of the times. And they don't pay you enough.
They don't pay you jack shit
that you go through. Yeah. So Joel Guy, he comes down to it there. They confront him. They did a bunch of moves. His father, Joel Guy Sr., was laid off from his job, which happens. And he said, you know what? I did the math. And Lisa, we're going to retire as long as our son leaves. It's time for our son to go. Like he's got to leave. He's got to go find another job. They presented this to him the day that he was laid off. They went in. They had this conversation. They said, all right, you got time, but we got to get you out of here. Like, you got to get a job.
And he's in his 40s at this point?
He's 28.
Okay.
But he just looks 40.
He does look so old.
He looks rough. Well, I think during his trial was 2020, but still he's 32. He looks bad.
Yeah.
Right? He doesn't look good. And so
pudding face.
He has pudding face. I think that's
Yeah.
I think a doctor maybe told him that as a boy.
Yeah.
But he definitely has it. And he then decided that when his parents said, oh, you can't live here anymore, that it's time for everybody to go. And because he's so smart that he could plan the perfect crime.
Oh, God.
And he could pin it on each other. He thought he was going to do this thing. He was going to set it up so it looked like dad killed mom in a murder-suicide.
But everyone knows he's a good guy.
Well, the thing is, murder-suicide you never see coming. You see. You mean you don't see, unfortunately. Because you don't know what these wives are planning. But because until it's too late.
Yeah.
But a lot of times you do see some form of sign. You'll see that the father is, again, financial duress, changing behavior, getting rid of his thing, saying all these kind of stuff about the end, canceling vacations. It's always bad.
Yeah.
But he did none of that.
Acid is groovy.
Yeah, acid is great. I'm hating that everywhere. Yeah. But he didn't do that. But he figured, because Guy Jr. figured out what I was going to do is that because they're going to cut me out. But I believe that there might be some form of life insurance policy. That the mother had a $500,000 life insurance policy.
Oh, shit.
But they said apparently it was a $500,000 if both were dead or missing. So his goal was to either make him go missing or I guess appear in a murder-suicide, which I also think would fuck up the insurance as well.
Yeah.
I don't think that was really good.
Yeah, you probably only get $250 for that.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. They'd be like, well, let's give a discount. You get
one
for
of
one.
them. Yeah,
you get for one. So it was he did the perfect crime. He said he was going to stab both the parents, dismember, dissolve their remains, clean, and burn down the house, and then frame the father for the crime. Done. Might as well already be done.
Oh, yeah, but how are you going to, there's no body. How are you going to frame him?
I don't know. I think that he wasn't thinking clearly. I don't think he was that. I don't think it worked out for him. And so,
what was his grade point average?
Yeah. C's get
You're
degrees.
A professional student. Like, what's your grade point average?
He did not do well. I don't think he did well. So he went to Thanksgiving for the final time. So now, normally, what people say about Joel Guy Jr. was that he was the most social of people. So everybody would come over to the house. He, in his mouth-breathing way, would hide in the other room, playing his video games. Yeah, it is with these video games.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And you're pew, pew, saying the
if you-
N-word back and forth.
Yeah, and if you do it in front of people, they just beat the shit out of you.
Yeah, you know how it is with video games,
Mhm.
you know? And so Joel Guy Jr., he hides in his room and he's just, no, they're always like, it's like Joel might not have even had to have been there. You know what I mean? Like, they didn't even notice Joel.
Mhm.
But this year, Joel was ecstatic. He came out playing with the kids, taking pictures with people. So, hey, but the weird thing is that he brought these big, heavy Tupperware containers into the house filled with shit.
Yeah.
Right? Which sure there was a bunch of murder tools that he had purchased over several weeks. So he'd been planning this for a long time.
Okay.
And so he decided, which I find interesting with family annihilators and people who kill their families, where they're like, let's give them one last Thanksgiving. Like, that's not scarier. Because that's worse.
Just kill him.
Just
if you're
do
gonna
it.
kill him.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you do it the Tuesday before Thanksgiving, right? You're already going to ruin Thanksgiving.
I guess having even one more day is nice.
Yeah, but you don't know. And
No.
now Thanksgiving's ruined for everybody.
Yeah, that's true.
Except for us.
Mhm.
On Side Stories.